Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, the one and only, and today we got a tutorial. I never do tutorials, but I'm going to teach a lot of participants how to actually read charts as an investor. So by the end of the episode, you're going to have an understanding how to read charts. There's an incredible amount of misinformation in markets. Now, as little kids, we weren't taught any of this in school. Matter of fact, we weren't taught this in university. We weren't taught this at work. We were not taught none of this. So most of this information is guarded. So I'm going to help you out, and I'm going to show you a just easy, simple way to analyze charts. There's a lot of misinformation. So today, I'm going to actually teach you how to fish. You won't need my help. You won't need anyone's help after this. You would know the very basics in how to actually invest in crypto and in markets. These are the markets at the moment. So we got SPX, we got the Nasdaq, we got gold, silver, Bitcoin, aluminium, gold, silver, whatever. It doesn't matter, up, down, sideways. I'll show you here as well. So a lot of participants I've noticed do a certain mistake. So for the daily, they just look at the daily and they'll be like, oh, okay, markets are up. They look at the hourly, they look at the 15-minute chart, they look at the weekly, and they really don't understand the direction of the markets. I'm going to give you some simple tools to help you along the way. Number one is the EMA cloud. Me personally, I hate marketing. I despise marketing. And that's what's actually made me very successful in the space in crypto. It's 99% marketing. So as you can see here, this is the EMAs. Just for marketing purposes, I'm going to give this a name. I hate marketing, but I'm going to give this the name. Yeah. So the name will be called the golden support. This is the golden support. I'm going to begin by this chart. No one's heard of this company. No one's heard about none of these. These are I'm on a side quest basically. So this is a Chinese company from the Far East. I'm going to break it down for you. I don't speak Chinese, number one. Number two, the media in China, I don't really have a clue what's going on over there. So how can I analyze this chart? Just a simple, typical chart as an investor. How can I analyze this chart? So I'm going to put the golden support. This is exhibit A, and we're using the golden support as investors. And as you can see here, this period, it gets better as we go along. Just pay attention now. As you can see here, we formed a golden support. So this is the beginning of a bull market, but we don't know that yet. So we're just going to pay attention and see what happens. So we'll put this on the watch list and we'll see what happens. So we're going to put it in an independent watch list and we'll see what happens. So it's bounced on the golden support. As you can see here, we're bouncing now. So this is a period where we pay attention. Yeah, we could form a similar situation over here, but we're going to continue and watch the charts. Watch the charts and they tell you everything you ever need. We hit the golden support. Okay, we continue to hit the golden support. And let's just say we're investors at this point. Okay, let's just say we're investors at this point and we want to buy. This is a clear bull market. Clear. It's flipped into a golden support. So that means, and it's hitting the golden support each and every time, just to confirm to participants that we are actually in a bull run. So he went down 22%, again went down 18%, and again went down 15%. So we add onto our positions. We buy. So every retracement is a buying opportunity. This is incredibly related to crypto. So watch what happens next. We've hit the golden support and had a massive run. Now it's getting a bit too elevated. It's getting really elevated. But in hindsight, you don't see this. You just think, oh, we're going to continue to go up and to the right. And then we formed a blow off top. Can you see this? Reminds you of Bitcoin. Then we have a warning sign. The market will give you a warning sign. We'll have a deep retracement. It's moving sideways now, and we form a right shoulder. The market has told you that we're heading into a bear market. This is a right shoulder, but I don't have the confirmation yet. The confirmation I'm looking for is the golden support to turn negative, to turn down. It's not happened yet. It's not happened. I'm still in this investment. And bear in mind, this investment I've been holding for 3.5 years, almost 4 years. So I'm still here. I'm still here. It's above the golden support. As you can see, I'm still holding. I'm still holding. I'm still holding. I am still holding until we flip into a bear market. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. From the very bottom to the top, it went up a whopping 2,600%. We're only human, and let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we bought a few weeks after the golden support. So hypothetically speaking, we bought from here and we waited and waited for this to turn negative. It's turned red now. It's underneath the golden pocket, the golden support. We made a gain of around 700%. 700%. Let's continue to study the charts and let's see what happens next. This part is very, very interesting and holds true today. We're in a bear market. Now, a lot of folks don't know they're in a bear market. A lot of folks don't have a clue they're in a bear market. They just think we're heading sideways. They have no clue. They keep saying, everyone keeps saying, or the bulls keep saying, this is the bottom, guys. Does it ring a bell? This is the bottom. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. And watch closely what happens next. Just watch closely. This is a stock that no one's heard of. No one's heard of in the Western world, but it behaves exactly the same as every other market around the world. Now, whoa, wait over here. What just happened? We went above the golden support right over here. Okay, we went above this. Just to check, are we still in a bear market? Yes, we are. Are we in a bear market? Yes, we are. Are we in a bear market? Yes, we are. However, all the bulls kept on saying, this is the bottom, guys. This is the bottom. This is the We've got adoption now. We really have adoption. Adoption is here, guys. It's right here. Look. It's here. Yeah. This indicator hasn't changed. It has not changed. It doesn't matter about people's opinions. It doesn't matter about anything. It's underneath the golden support, the golden pocket. Give me a marketing word for this. Just comment below. It's below the golden support right over here. And every single time, they kept on saying right over here that we're heading up higher. Guys, this is it. This is it. Look, we've bounced. We bounced from here to here and it went up by 38%. Look, we're about to moon. However, the best position was to short this position or just to wait for the golden support. And it keeps on going. But this one looks interesting, right? This one looks interesting. This is it, guys. This is it. We formed a new lower low. The point I'm trying to emphasize to everyone in the audience is there are simple indicators that will help you understand whether this is an actual buy the dip opportunity or if we are in an actual bear market. Look, it's about to turn. It's about to form a golden support. Look, but we didn't. Again, we didn't. And again, we didn't. And again, but finally, I'll stop. And again, and again, and again, and again. Let me just stop all of this and I'll show you what really happened. From here, right over here, once the indicator turned bearish and it was no longer a golden support and it was underneath the golden support, we had a bear market for 2,198 days from 2017 till January 2023. Imagine how many people got burnt. There was countless of participants that got burnt. This indicator in February 2023 turned bullish. This was a fake out right over here. After many years, this was the first indication of the golden support. However, it was a fake out. It headed back down, formed a double bottom. I won't teach you that, but I'm going to teach you this, the golden support. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have categorically formed an early stage bull market, just like we did many years in 2011 right over here. This is the first time in over 15 years that we formed a golden support. So you do the maths. What happens next? This is what we call a buy the dip opportunity. This is not a buy the dip opportunity. I do not speak Japanese. I don't speak Chinese. I don't speak Mandarin. I don't speak none of these languages. But this language is universal. Let's put away speculation, okay? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we have no idea where the price is going to end up higher. We got no idea. We got absolutely no clue in the future. What we can rely on is that the golden support is still intact. So what do? We continue to buy the dips. It heads up higher, continues to form a golden support just like this. Now, I don't know where the price is going to end. I don't know if we're going to see another blow off top. I don't know if we're going to see a left shoulder, a right shoulder. But what I do know is this is the beginning of a bull market for this coin, for this stock. Now I'm going to show you some more examples. I'm going to show you many examples just by learning a very simple chart where you just don't need anyone's help. You literally don't need anyone's help. Now, without the chart, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to understand how to read charts. As an investor, not a trader, 90% of participants are in this industry. They are investors. And most of the time, it's just marketing. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. This right here formed what? A golden support. We hit the MAs, the EMAs. We're going to call this, just for marketing purposes, which I hate marketing, but for marketing purposes, we're going to call this the money line. This right here is the money line. So every time you bought around the money line, you were rewarded. The market rewarded you every time. And every time we hit very close to the golden support, you were rewarded. We formed, what is it? A blow off top. Then we formed a right shoulder. Then our indication shows right over here that we're underneath the golden support. We are in a bear market. That is when you get out. So let's just say we took a few weeks later to buy. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we bought from here. I'm going to show you something. This is hindsight, and hindsight is 2020, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just say this is a brand new chart. We're living in July of 2020, and let's remove everything, and it looks like this. Okay. So as investors, we look at this. It's formed a golden pocket, a golden support. And then we continue to buy. We buy, and the rest is history. Okay. We formed from here to here. It went up a whopping 700%. 700% in a matter of 2 or 3 years. The same thing applies to the other company I looked at. We formed a right shoulder. Now we are underneath the golden pocket. Now what happens is everyone jumps in and tells you, guys, this is the bottom. This is the bottom. See, look, we've got adoption now. We've got everything now. Come on, this is the bottom. And then these rallies fade away. Again, buyers pick up some more momentum, start to get more belief. And what happens is we hit underneath the golden support. This is a fake out. And again, the bulls try to finally step in. And now they finally stepped in. And this is the first time categorically we have made a golden support. So what do you think happens next? We haven't formed a golden support since 2020 August. That's a long time. We're forming higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. But I digress. I don't want to teach you too much. I don't want to teach you RSIs. I don't want to teach you oscillators and all sorts and all of this kind of jargon. All you need to learn as investors is whether we're in a bull market or a bear market. And you don't need me. You don't need no one on the planet. I don't care how bullish they feel. The same thing applied to these folks. They were incredibly bullish. They were really bullish. Look at this. The same folks applies. The same rules applies. These folks were very bullish. Buyers stepped in. They were like, come on, this is it. And we made new low lows. From the turning point to the next turning point of a golden support that took 1,704 days. They were wrong for 1,704 days. You now know and understand how to read charts as an investor. Just using this. I'm not selling you indicators. I'm not selling you none of this. I'm just so sick and tired of participants that can't just read charts. Now, I know a lot of folks were not educated in charts. I learned this through many years of experience. And I'm going to show you Bitcoin. You tell me. I'm going to let you decide and drown out all the noise. This is Bitcoin on the weekly. Very simple. As an investor, what does that look like? Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? Now, everyone's calling for a bear market. Everyone's saying, or 50% of the participants are saying, we are officially in a bear market. Like officially, this is it. This is it. It's done. It's done. Ladies and gentlemen, does this, knowing what we know now in the beginning of the show, does this look like a bear market? It's above the golden support. It's underneath the money line. But every time you bought the dip, you were rewarded, correct? Okay. Every time you buy these dips and it enters the golden support, you were rewarded. Again, you were rewarded, and so on and so forth. This is the same thing has happened again and again. This was a bear market. This flipped into a bullish. This flipped into a golden pocket, a golden support, and the rest was history. It was above the money line, as you can see here, above the money line, and every time you were rewarded. Every time you were rewarded to buy it. It wasn't until this flipped right over here, that we entered into a bear market. This hasn't flipped. Matter of fact, this hasn't even flipped a little bit. We haven't even formed a right shoulder like we normally do. Now, look at Ethereum. You tell me, you decide. It's very simple as investors. Are we long or short? Are we negative? Are we positive? This formed a golden support. Nothing bearish so far. Yes, we have volatility, but this is crypto. What do you expect? What do you expect from crypto other than volatility? It has massive volatility. Over here, it flipped, and this is a golden support. Hit the money line numerous times. Then it came down. Give me a name for this, guys. Give me a name for this over here. We're going to call this the money line 2. I don't know. I'm not good at marketing. Money line 2. Yeah. Money line 2 is this right over here. And then we have another line. We'll call this the challenger. The challenger. All right. So we hit money line 2. Okay. Then it turned bearish right over here. And that's when you leave the trade. But most of the time, you bought around here. So let's just say, technically speaking, you bought around here a couple of weeks after the golden cross was formed. And then let's just say, once the golden cross was formed in a weekly, you got out. That's a nice, healthy 9x return. Look at that. This is on the weekly. After a few years, you made a healthy 9x. That's nothing to be ashamed about. Now we have this situation here. We formed a golden support. We're above the golden support, and every time we buy above the golden support, we have been rewarded. Let me show you more. BNB, Solana. Let me show you Solana. Is this a bull market or a bear market? Irrespective of whatever these people are telling you, what is it? We're still in a bull market. And every time you've bought on the golden support, you have been rewarded. I'll show you some more charts. BNB, we turned and flipped bullish in February 2024. You have been rewarded for buying dips every single time. It's important. Stay till the end. Trust me. Every time we've got to the money line, you've been rewarded. Every time you've got to the golden support, you have been rewarded. Very simple. I'm going to show you some more stuff. ADA, it's still technically in a bull market. XRP is technically in a bull market. Has this reversed yet? Has this reversed? Yes or no? You do not need to be bag holders. A lot of folks will sit on bags hoping that one day it goes up higher. But I could have saved you a lot of time, a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights by just simply understanding how to read just basic charts as investors. A lot of folks don't respect money. They just don't respect money. There's a beautiful saying, and it says, a fool and his money are soon parted. A lot of folks in crypto, for some strange reason, do not respect money. They seem to get more and more desperate, and they really don't know how to mitigate their losses. After learning what I just told you as an investor, imagine you're speaking to your own loved ones and you're telling them, should I actually invest in this? Like, honestly. And they're like, yes, I want to invest, son, or I want to invest, mom, or whoever. Do I invest in this? And you're telling them every single time to buy the dips. Buy the dips, guys. Buy the dips. But the truth of the matter, we flipped bearish on June the 2024. I'm not picking on anyone. Is this a bull market or a bear market? You tell me. Is this a bull market or a bear market? And every time buyers try to step in, called for the bottom, and they're like, guys, we are going to see exponential growth. Again, it's gone up by 213%. Yet this has never, ever seen a golden support. It hasn't seen a golden support. So how on earth is this the beginning of a bull market? Link, is this a bull market or a bear market? Buyers are stepping in, trying to tell you this is the bottom, but he hasn't flipped to the golden support. Ton, I gave you the peak at top on this one, the peak at top. I even put a candle, I even put a hammer on top, just to tell you this is the peak at top. We formed a blow off top, we formed a right shoulder, and then the rest was history. Not only that, we formed technically a bearish reversal. This is underneath the golden pocket. The best time to buy was here when it flipped into a golden support. And again, this is a bear market. This is sideways. This is still a bull market. Bear market. Bear market. Bear market. This is the top 100, ladies and gentlemen. This is others. Bear market. Bear market. Bear market. Bear market. More bear market. Bear market. Bear market. Bear market. Bear market. Bear market. Again. 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 And again. And again. And every time they told you what? This is it, guys. We've gone up a whopping 343%. This is it. But he hasn't flipped bullish. We haven't gone on top of the golden support. And again, same thing applies. We almost, but that's all she wrote. Now we're underneath the golden support. Again, underneath the golden support again. But look at this one. This one looks interesting. This one looks interesting. This is on top of the golden support. This is on top of the golden support. And if it turns underneath the golden support, that means we are in a bear market. So this bull market lasted from here to there, if we did, for around 669 days. We are moving sideways. We are in a bear market. We are another bear market, another bear market, bear market, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. It's countless. And everyone in this space, for some reason, there's a lot of misinformation in the space. They will tell you, because this thing historically has never been this low, we have reached the bottom. But they don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, it gets a hell of a lot cheaper. It gets a hell of a lot cheaper. I'm going to show you a company from the NASDAQ, of course, and I'm going to show you something. It's very, very interesting. Shitcoins come from the term shitco. It comes from penny stocks. This is October the 7th, 2025. Literally, I just right now didn't prepare anything. I just Google searched what company has bought Solana tokens from the NASDAQ. The ticker symbol is HSDT. I want to prove to you nothing's new in crypto. So I'm going to show you the price of this. Today is sitting at $6.89. This is the 5-day chart. This is the monthly chart. This is the 6-monthly chart. This is the yearly chart. This is the 5-yearly chart. I'm going to show you its chart. We're going to analyze the chart as well. So watch this. There are folks, unfortunately, that bought this coin. Company. This is the NASDAQ. This right here. This is it. And every time, nothing new. This is nothing new. Every time participants kept on saying, we're going to buy the dip. Buy the dip. This is the floor price, guys. This is the floor price. So it dropped from here, just like crypto, from here to there, 98%. Okay, it dropped 98%. So your initial investment dropped 98. Let me repeat that again. It dropped 98%. Again, if you think your coins can't go lower, just watch this. Nothing is new in crypto. It's gone down 99%. Watch this again. It's gone down 99%. And it still hasn't dropped down 100%. Watch this. From here to there. So every time you put in your initial investment, it's gone down 99. Then another 99. There is no floor price, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you understand? And this is a company that is holding for dear life. It now is using that money to buy Solana tokens. Now let's just go, just for experimental reasons, let's go on ChatGPT and let's just ask a simple question, very, very simple question of why this company has done badly. Nothing is new in crypto. Just, I promise you, watch this. And you know what? There's going to be, I've never done this. We're just going to do it right now and I'll show you exactly. The declining revenue and very large losses, negative free cash, essentially dependent on a single product, which increases risk. The company has faced reimbursement challenges. The company recently announced a radical change to rebrand. The stock has plunged significantly. The reverse stock split has been used, e.g. 1-50 splits to maintain listing compliance. I want you to really pay attention now. They keep eroding their shares, keep diluting their shares. Does it ring a bell? Does it ring a bell? Now let's go on tokenomics.ai. I'm not saying all cryptos like this, but I'm saying a vast majority of crypto is like this. Token unlocks. Does it remind you of something? Does it remind you of something? Remind you of something very, very similar. This is the token unlock. There's going to be around 2.5 billion tokens unlocked in 2027, and it continues to go up into the right of around 5 billion in circulation. Nothing is new in crypto. Them conmen are lying to you. Conman comes from the term confidence man. They look like they're very confident, like this man knows what he's talking about. Surely. After learning all of this, you make up your minds, ladies and gentlemen. You make up your minds. Read the charts. As investors, read the charts. That's all you need. You don't need to watch the news. You don't need to do any of that. You buy whenever we form a golden pocket, golden support, and you sell whenever we form underneath the golden support. I'm terrible at marketing, by the way. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your answer. Buy Bitcoin, buy ETH, buy the majors, and you fade altcoins until otherwise. I want to show you one thing. A lot of people give me a lot of stick for this. They do. They give me a lot of stick for this. And I'm going to show you. This is our roadmap. You know how crypto has a roadmap? This is our roadmap, ladies and gentlemen. After learning this, what do you see here? We formed a golden pocket. And every time, ladies and gentlemen, every time we were underneath the golden support. And every time I said, what? We're heading down. We haven't formed a golden support. We yet to form a golden support. Once we form a golden support, ladies and gentlemen, you pick up the meat and bones of the move. That's all. You don't need to pick the peak or bottom. This is what we talk about in our private members. If you need some help, really, really professional help, I'm not kidding. Join our private members and I'll help you along this way. I beat 99% of crypto participants, whoever's left anyway. I beat them all. See you on the next one. Peace.